down the street when out the corner of my eye saw a pretty little thing approaching me. Said I never seen a man who looks so all alone, or could you use a little company? If you pay the right price, your evening will be nice, and you can go and send me on my way. I said, you're such a sweet young thing, why you do this to yourself? She looked at me, and this is what she said. Oh, there ain't no rest for the wicked. Money don't grow on trees. I got bills to pay, I got mouths to feed. There ain't nothing in this world for free. No, I can't slow down, I can't hold back. Don't you know, I wish I could. No, there ain't no rest for the wicked till we close our eyes for good. Not even
live from Studio C, two guys who ask, wonder what they're doing in T-Town right now. Not this. It's South Alabama's #1 podcast, Drive Time with DJ and KJ.
Good Thursday morning and welcome to another edition of The Feel Good.
I've been waiting on that.
Good morning, Lori Woodard. Tracy Steele's in with us. Good morning to you. Cody Fowler, good morning. Jesse James, good morning. Jesse James. Booker's in, good morning. Hillary Emmons, Miss Gale's in. Good morning to you, Miss Gale. Miss Carol Glidden's in. Good morning, Miss Carol. Casey Halsey, Luann Henderson, good morning to each of you. Daryl McCall, fraternity brother of mine, lives up in Montgomery.
Yeah.
Good morning, Daryl. You would love him.
Really?
Sense of humor. You have that fine line between being a genius and being a maniac, yeah. And he's all over it, man. I'm telling you, good dude. Good morning, Daryl. Kristen Kennedy in. Good morning to you, Kristen. Mitzi's in. Good morning, Mitzi. Dustin Varner, Donna Massel. Good morning, Donna. Elizabeth Crosby Mitchell's in. Good morning to you, Raj. Good morning, Raj. Jamie Lambeth, good morning, and good morning, Kenwood.
Good morning, DJ. How about the two ladies in here yesterday morning?
Good stuff.
I'll tell you what, I can honestly say I came away from that and learned a few things.
I'll tell you, if you, in anything that you get involved in, if you can come away with some good information, a little better informed, I think you're better off for it, and I think all of us certainly were. Gave us some good information. I really enjoyed being directed to the appropriate website for good, solid information, the Alabama Department of Public Health. And they did update it twice yesterday. They released a table at 10 o'clock, 10:05 a.m., and then another one shortly after 4. And according to those tables, we ended the day in the state of Alabama with 3 more confirmed cases than we started with. Started with 48, ended with 51. I don't know how to interpret that. I took it as a win, but I don't know.
Yeah, I would think that it was a win. I know the numbers coming out of China, I think they reported, 1 case on Monday, 1 case on Tuesday, and maybe it was the same. I don't know that I've actually saw or seen the information this morning to know, but I do know that it seems like they may have a handle on the spreading of it over there.
They have flattened the curve.
Right.
I like that. They used that term yesterday, to flatten the curve.
Flatten the curve. Yeah. It seems like they have. So I hope they have. Definitely need to get a handle on the thing. But you said something right before we went on here that Flomaton has instituted a curfew for, you said minors, is that correct? 19
and under is what I understand, and it goes into effect tonight, 11 p.m.
And I'm asking, I don't know that I go through Flomaton a lot at midnight or what have you, but is that more so to try to curb kids hanging out with each other because they're out of school and that kind of thing?
I think it's a part of that social distancing movement.
Yeah. I tell you, I'm afraid that term is with us and going to be with us for ever.
I'm with it.
Have you been practicing social distancing for a number of years and just didn't know it?
Well, let's see. I got divorced 4.5 years ago. So yeah,
for the second time.
For the second time, 5 years ago. So yeah, I've had the practice in place, minus a few weekends here and there. 5.5 years.
But some people actually like social distancing. So, I will say this, though, and I think you and I spoke about this last night. I know this is kind of counter to what people are saying or what have, and that's the thing that's kind of crazy right now is you hear this, you hear that, do this, do that, don't do this, don't do that. But like you said, we've got to get out and still go and support these local businesses like we have been. I mean, we can't hear, or we don't need to hear of business falling off at places 60, 70, 80% from a week ago. And you know what I'm saying? I mean, because like you said, there won't be a town left to come back to once this thing is over if we all go hunker down, so to speak, in at the house.
We all have to be smart in how we carry out our days, so to speak, in the days ahead. And the way the businesses locally have bent over backwards to try to accommodate us and keep us in a safe environment, you're absolutely right. There has to be a Bruton waiting on us when this thing plays out. And the only way for that to happen is to make sure that the economy continues to facilitate in some capacity. Are there going to be losses? Is business going to be off to a degree? Probably no way around that.
Sure.
I'm going to use, Chef Adam yesterday made a post. Order from Camp 31. They will meet you at the curb. They will keep your contact with others down to a minimum. It's going to be the same great food. David's Catfish had picnic tables out yesterday, spread out in the open air. That was nice. Danny Smith has the drive-through open at Pizza Hut, and all these different areas. I'm sure George's Barbecue has something similar in place. But we have to continue to keep the local economy moving if we want something still standing when we come out of this mess.
We do.
I mean, we have to do that, and I believe we will. I think that Bruton's gonna do what it takes to make sure that we all move together and move through it. And it's certainly some uncertain times. On the industrial front yesterday, we've talked about how this situation is fluid, and it'll continue to be so for some time. We got word through Ford and Chrysler that their assembly lines have temporarily
GM as well.
Done the same.
Yes,
okay.
Yes.
So at this point, we're still getting parts. So we are still able. We certainly have plenty of inventory on the ground, to sell. And of course, they've put a lot of things in place that'll help facilitate, hopefully, purchasing a vehicle. We're still able to get parts, so the repairing and the servicing of vehicles is still on go. And we're just we're all doing what we can to hold on, but we all need to hold on because Bruton has to have David's Catfish. Bruton has to have Camp 31. Bruton has to have George's Barbecue, Pizza Hut, Whataburger, Jim Peach Motors. We have to have all of that when this thing's over with. Bondurant Lumber, B&W Auto Parts. We have to have all of it.
And good morning, Clobber and Rob. Raj, good morning, Raj. Let's see, a couple of little people. Onar Robinson, good morning to you. Kathy Odom, Marshall Bracken, good morning. Donna L. Bass, good morning to you. Mitzi, hope you're doing well after surgery the other day. Rusty Miller, good morning, Rusty. And we can sit here and name business after business after business. And, every business is important to any small town, local community. And that's right, from the biggest big box store there is,
Sure.
which would be Walmart, down to, somebody who has a one-man grass cutting business.
Well,
all those businesses are important. And if we just all back off and say, look, we're going to cut off all of that. And let me say this too. Now, I realize that there are going to be hardships, as you pointed out. There's going to be hardships. But, we've got to make sure that, like you said, and Donna Mouse just pointed out, Grady, they make car parts and certainly would be affected. I can tell you, they were affected during the strike that the General Motors and the union UAW went through. They went from 3 shifts to 2 shifts during that time. So all these kinds of things have an impact, and we, as you said, we got to make sure that we still have something here to come back to, because this will pass.
It's going to pass.
It's going to pass.
And you think about when this thing's running right, you think about what makes the wheel go round. When you open up a program at a football game, or if you flip over a betting calendar, who do you see on that? Who do you think makes that possible? When you see these trips come up, who makes that possible? James Brothers Furniture is a part of everything that goes on in this community.
That's right.
They've been the first ones in on everything that we've done.
That's right.
Well, during these times of quarantine, if you need a couch or if you need a chair, I can't think of a better place to start than James Brothers Furniture.
Need to get over.
You think about JoJo Holmes.
That's
JoJo
right.
Holmes has been a part of everything. He has his nose in everything that he can be when it has to do with community. That needs to be remembered during these uncertain times. And I think all of them, I've talked to several of them, they know that business is going to be off to a degree, but it can't be that of a devastating number. And it is up to all of us to try to keep some sense of normalcy moving forward and working through this.
It is. And I'll tell you this, I in noticing the work going on, I guess it's 31. Last night I was sitting there thinking maybe they can get through with that project fairly quick to kind of get that sense of normal back to normal there on that. That's a main kind of drag right through there.
I think they're supposed to finish today.
Right. So, that will be helpful as far as people, moving throughout the city. And again, listen, I know that, you hear, how's the person? Taylor.
I think she's actually back out there as we speak for some more testing. Scheduled testing, I think.
I was going to say, I think I read a post that she made a few days ago that she was headed back out for some more testing. So, good morning, Naomi Lindsay, Jordan Rowland. Good morning to you. Again, everybody's telling everybody to stay away from everybody, stay at home, do this, do that. But hey, we all got to eat. You know what I mean? And here's the thing. We don't have a food shortage.
There is no. I was at the grocery store yesterday. I chose to go to Pick and Save yesterday, and I didn't. There was certainly some shelves that were bare. The paper products, were scarce. There were some, but the meat department appeared to be freshly stocked. There was some dairy available. Some canned vegetables were there as well. I didn't see anybody in there yesterday who I thought was being silly or abusive. Everybody, it appeared, was going about their shopping as normal.
And I'm kind of glad you brought that up. I saw a couple posts on social media that made reference to this wasn't necessarily the greatest community in the world because of the way people were acting and greed and being greedy and things. And I'm thinking to myself, I don't know that I've actually seen any of that. I mean, have you seen people?
I haven't seen it, but I mean, when you look at the shelves and they're picked clean in certain areas and they've never been picked clean before, you can tell that some people have probably hit the panic button to a degree.
Well, but is that panic or is that, and I don't think that's greed so much as is panic. Do you?
Yeah.
I mean, I think people have been, or are they one and the same?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, but I think that, when people get panicked, especially when you've got the crazy things going on, every day it's a new day right now.
Mm-hmm.
You hear different things. Miss Carroll just said a while ago there was, I think she said there was no new cases reported in China yesterday. Yeah, no new cases yesterday. Okay, well let me tell you this: 1.5 billion people.
Yeah,
and they didn't have a single new case reported yesterday. That's pretty good. You got to take that as a win.
I do. I don't know that we're interpreting that. That's the way I interpret it. I mean, every 24 hours, and you get numbers like that, or non-numbers, so to speak. I think that moves us closer to where we need to be, and hopefully the direction we're moving in. On the local front, spoke with Rob and Lisa Atkinson yesterday with regards to the mud run. They heard us mention it on the program yesterday, and as of today, that race is suspended. They are not taking sign-ups. They are not taking entry fees at this point. In 2 weeks, and they put a hard line on 2 weeks, they're going to make a yay or nay decision on it. It doesn't look good in terms of having that race this year.
Right.
And their premise was, the corporate sponsorships are so vital to their efforts that in good faith, they can't foresee asking for that support given the uncertainty, with the local economy. And that stands to reason. And of course, I wouldn't expect anything less from Rob and Lisa thinking along those lines. It would be disappointing if the race is canceled, but sometimes when you have stuff like this, hardship and things of this nature are inevitable. But we will keep you posted. Like everything else, it's a fluid situation.
Sure. Jesse James says people at Big Bear have been working overdrive to keep the shelf stocked over there. So that's a good thing. I'm going to tell you, your jug is a bit smaller than what I'm used to seeing you with. Yeah.
I couldn't find the other jug. I don't know if it has been archived somewhere or just thrown away or what, but I can't, I don't know where it is.
Archived. That's good. So let's see who else jumped in. Wuhan. I don't know how you pronounce that. Wuhan, maybe? Wuhan. Good morning, Tanya Aspirin, Chevy Ann, Marsha Bolton. Let's see, who else was it? Heather Smith, good morning. So on a lighter note, we spent a little bit of time on that. We can come back to it. How does that make you feel knowing that you can ease off on the training regimen and not have to really get back to your fighting weight to worry about that mud run? I know we spoke about that.
I'm a world-class caliber athlete, so I'm going to do a certain amount of work
no matter
on the regular.
Right. Right.
Will I cut down my 10-mile jog runs to 6 miles? Probably. Knowing there's not a competitive event in the near future, I'll probably cut back just a little bit and do it more from a just getting exercise standpoint as opposed to training.
Because I know you said you wanted to win your age class.
I wanted to win my age class. I think last year, if I'm correct, Bill Bridges won it. And I wasn't overly pleased with that. I mean, I saw me and Bill are friends. Do I think that if I put my
friends has nothing to do with competition?
Yeah, that's right. I mean, they shoot the gun, and somebody's got to win, and somebody's got to lose.
I mean, would you hide behind a tree and trip him when he run by?
I would do whatever it takes. I'm that guy.
Hit that bell, boy. Hit it.
If I could get close enough to him, he'd be in real trouble. I can promise you.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. So, daggum. Chevy Ann's dropping bombs on you this morning.
What'd she say?
Pepperoni pizzas are in our training regimen?
Sure it is. Carbs, protein.
I mean, it's got all of the food groups in it, basically, doesn't it?
Pizza is a food group.
I'm with you.
In and to of itself.
I'm with you. So, I'm sure the Smithsonian has the jug on it. Well, anyway, let me say this. So I also saw where the city of Bruton had closed down. Of course, the city offices, things. I think the drive-throughs may still be open for payment, of utilities and things. But I saw where they closed down the parks.
I saw that.
I guess what I'd read, maybe because of, maybe people being too conglomerated close together or that kind of thing. But I'm kind of under the same impression you're talking about David's Catfish with the picnic tables. If you're out in the open air, I mean, and again, it goes back to that whole, how close is too close?
Well, I think the number they're putting out there is 6 feet, but anyway.
Yeah. I mean, and groups of 10. I mean, we can do all that, can't you? I mean, I can tell you what, though, things are crazy when the Floribama shuts down.
It's gotten real.
Yeah. I mean, it's crazy.
What are they going to do with the beaches?
That's where I was going with that. I don't know. I mean, how are you going to police? I mean, obviously, you put police out there, but I mean,
I know what they did at Amity Island.
They brought Bruce in, didn't they?
They kept them open.
Yeah. He said, old mayor told him he was going to keep that thing going.
Well, I'm not trying to pressure Governor Ivey or anybody else that'll be devolved in that decision making. I shut down the second sandbar.
Hey, listen,
I made that call.
I'm glad you brought that up. In as much as it, the governor and several of, I assume most of the state departments have been shuttered right now. Is that your understanding?
That's the way I understand it.
Okay. Well, she ought to have a little time and maybe a couple of others. We could stand 6 feet from them. There's plenty of room on that fishing pier out there. Why don't they come down and join us on the fishing pier, the Conecuh River fishing pier, and explain to us why we got one lane traffic on a bridge next to it that's about to fall in, or looks like it's about to fall in. I don't know that for sure. I don't want to start a panic, but I'm saying we got a brand new bridge sitting next to it, or fishing pier, that we can't use. Governor Ivy, if you're watching this, and I'm sure you will at some point today.
She will.
I know, I'm on a personal invitation to you to come down and join DJ and myself on the Conecuh River fishing pier and help us understand why, instead of routing traffic across that bridge, we would still use a bridge that we all feel like is probably one of those bridges from the old Dukes of Hazzard show that is just subject to fall in any time, and we're going to need to be jumping to get across. I mean, when you got one lane traffic going across that bridge because they're doing repairs to it, and it was a 50-year bridge. Now, this is one of the 4 stories we were told by the DOT. If you remember, that was a 50-year bridge that has outlived its lifespan. Do you remember that being told to us?
That's the way I remember it, yes.
So in that respect, I think with maybe some free time on their hands, why not come down and explain to us what their intentions are and what they're going to do about it?
I want, when this coronavirus situation plays out and it's in the rearview mirror and we've transitioned past it, I want to make that bridge, that fishing pier, the number one priority of this program if this program continues past the scare. I don't want to let it go until something's done. I think about it often. I really do. It's absurd.
Our great friend Lori Duke Woodard is meeting this morning with Kay Ivey about Orange Beach and Gulf Shores.
Well, there you go. Lori will take care of it.
Will you set that up for us, please, if you can? Oh, I'm not meeting with her. She's having a meeting.
Okay.
Well, I was about to say, if you are meeting with her, why don't you set that up for us?
It all runs through the Dirty 30.
Sure.
I wouldn't be surprised if Lori had a meeting with
I wouldn't either. That's right. Listen, I went with it. It sounded good to me. But you know, in times like these, knowing that we had a good bridge to go across out there, make people feel better.
I think so.
As long as we're 6 feet apart on that bridge, we can still fish off of it, can't we?
If they're biting.
Well, the water's up. You been over it out there lately?
I haven't been that way.
Water's a little high.
I haven't been out there in a while.
Yeah, water's a little high out that way. Of course, I know you and your travel habits, and you don't normally like to get too far from the house, Alabama.
That's certainly not in my local corridor. Right. It is within the realm of when
where
I go
you
abroad.
Might go.
When I go abroad.
Yeah. Speaking of that, I saw where the Pygmies, they went ahead and did the show at Tailfins the other night.
And there was a lot of people within 6 feet of each other. They did not employ the social distancing that night.
No, they didn't. And my point to that was this. There's another group of people that we have not talked about at all is look at all the musicians that make a living that are out of work right now because of this very thing.
You know, that has not crossed my mind. I mean, and when you think about it, there's just dominoes can continue to drop as this thing continues to develop.
I mean, it does. I mean, you know, and
never thought about that.
And the more you think about it, the more you look at it, you think of how everything's, all connected to each other. I mean, it's look at all. If all the bars and nightclubs, whatever you want to call it, are shut down, there's nowhere for these guys to play and make a living, and this is how they make their living. And I don't just mean the Pygmy, I mean just musicians in general. But, there's there's got to be, I guess, as you said, common sense but there's also got to still be life going on.
You know, one of the things that we talked about yesterday, and of course you can't be on Facebook and not see a post about it from time to time or with regards to it. But I continue, and it's in my heart, I continue to think about all these kids who are seniors and the uncertainty that they are facing with regards to finishing out the school year, graduation, everything that goes with it. And that's just, I mean, I'm going to tell you something, that hurts. I mean, it's nobody's fault. I'm not blaming anybody for it. It's very unfortunate what has happened, but you don't get a do-over in that situation. And that sucks.
No. Well, you know, like I said, I think Miller, they were fortunate enough to get their prom in, but I don't think Neil, theirs is canceled.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, the prom, that's tough.
You know, if we don't know this, so don't take this as an official word, we do know Kansas has canceled their school year.
K-12, they're done.
If that happens here, you know, that's going to take out graduation. It's going to take out baccalaureate. That's going to take out class, whatever they call it, different things. It's going to take all that away. I mean, that's something these seniors are not going to be able to enjoy and be part of.
That's tough.
You know, and let's go even a step further. What about all these athletes? Do they have an answer yet to that question of eligibility? You know, are they going to give them?
I don't think the high school. I think the high school kids are going to be out of luck.
Well, no. I mean the college.
I don't know.
At the college level. I know you had spoke about that. You still hadn't had any information on that. Mm-hmm. Well, you know, I will say this. I did like what you posted in Warrior Roll Tide, that you wanted to take this opportunity to let everyone know that the last 4 head-to-head matchups in all 4 sports had been won by the Auburn Tigers.
Well,
and basically you declared them to be, I don't know, you said, what was your exact word? I don't know if it was national champs, yeah, but
I was recognizing the success they had in basketball.
Okay.
In the fact that we had won the last meeting in each of the 4 major sports with the horse meet and football and basketball and baseball, that it still didn't take away from the year they had. I think they won 14 or 15 games, had some great individual players on the team.
Good morning, Tracy Miller.
You know, had the mid-year coaching change or whatever it was, but I just wanted to recognize that they did some good things also. Yeah,
I noticed that you put that out there, and I was glad you did. I think that I think people need to see that.
I got a feeling in these times of quarantine that things are going to get a little choppy in that room.
You think?
I mean, Donald Thompson, I'm telling you, he lays in wait for me in there, man.
Have you?
He and
I was going to say
McDaniel and Tim Kelly.
Have you listen, Ron McDaniel, I got to tell you, that guy's sense of humor is off the hook.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's good.
I'm telling you, when I decided to drop in there and pop off one night, and next thing I know, I'm looking at a Heinz ketchup bottle.
Yeah.
That was good.
He's
you know
good.
what I'm saying?
Ron's a witty guy.
Yeah, he was. That was good. It was really good. I got a little news for you on the Russian Tatiana front.
Let's hear it.
Well,
I get my money back.
Well, kind of along those same lines.
Okay.
In as much as that there is not, to my knowledge, and I was researching this because I wanted to make a big announcement this morning for you.
Okay.
But in as much as there's not been any reported cases of the corona out of Russia that we know of, if it is, I hadn't read about it. Maybe there is. I just don't know it. But I'm getting some word through some back channeling that we might be another Tatiana on the horizon for your purview.
Well, how much is it going to cost?
Well, that's the best part about it. These are candidates, if you will, that you can pick from.
Okay.
And it's not going to be one of them where you have to wait and see what happens at the port, you're going to be able to know when you get there. There'll be 6 or 7, and you get to say, okay, this one. The only downside is I think they might have been kind of guinea pigs for this vaccination thing that they're kind of going through. But I don't think there's no charge, just as long as they can get popped in the arm and see whether it works or not.
Are any of them 6'4"? I
don't think so. I think what I was reading is 5'9", 5'10" is going to be about the, is 6'4" is that the number that we have to? I mean, I know that was. Well, I know that's where it was at last time, and she got off and got out of quarantine, and things didn't work out the way did she ever make it to the Dirty 30?
No. We never.
So the Red Room.
We never got across the Tensall.
Okay.
No.
Never come. Dolly Parton never got to see Tatiana.
Nope.
Okay. Well, that's crazy. 70%. Tracy Steele, 70% off mail order brides right now.
You better find a reputable service. Is all I can tell you.
Don't use Tatiana and Company. I think that was the name. What was the name of that company you went through?
I can't even remember what it was. I'll
tell you this: the picture you showed me, I was like, man,
sold itself, didn't it?
You're doing well.
Yeah.
What was it, like 400 rubles?
Yeah, but
it was very little money.
It was very, very little to get in, but then you had to pay. You had to share in the cost for the transportation on the slow boat coming across.
Right.
And it was just, I don't know, just a dock fees and it was a mess. Just a mess.
So you turned her around at the dock at the port, or take it back. After quarantine. She went into quarantine.
Yes. She was never.
Listen, she was quarantined before quarantine was cool.
Quarantine was cool. Yeah, I mean, I'm telling you, so far ahead of the curve.
Practicing social distancing.
Talk about flattening the curve. This was so far ahead of the curve. It was unreal.
Man, you were out there way before anybody else.
She was never technically released to come into the. I mean, she was there
because of your wishes.
No. Her paperwork, her credentials were not in order.
Oh.
And then when you start looking at this, and like I said, I was looking through the crate, I could see her, and it was it was a sketchy.
Things didn't work out.
It was sketchy.
Well, I'll tell you what we're gonna do. You remember the little game we used to play sometime on Drive Time where we picked out a card and we read and we dropped out some questions and whoever answered, and Tony always claimed he answered first.
Yes.
Let me take that back. Tubby, whatever, Maury, always claimed he did first. Well, we're going to break that game out. 7 a.m. this morning. We'll break that game back out. We're going to have a little fun.
That'd be good.
Tell you what we're going to do tomorrow.
We're going
to play Name That TV theme song.
That'll be good.
And so for all of y'all watching, or
I like a good game.
Not watching, you might want to tell everybody if you want to have a good time. Look at there. Jay Will in from Maine.
Good morning, Jay Will.
How is the quarantine in Maine going? I say quarantine. The social distancing in Maine going, Jay Will? Jay Will made it to the Final Four or the 8?
I can't remember if it was 8 or 4, but he had a good run.
I'll never forget.
Jay Will had a good run.
That when we started that morning doing the Name That TV theme song, you looked down and there were so many people in it. You were like, we got to make brackets.
Yeah, sure did.
And that thing went on for like an hour, didn't it?
That was fun.
Or an hour and a half.
That was a fun morning.
It really was. I think that was the morning you discussed the rumors that not rumored that when the reviews of a certain senior play had got out.
Mm-hmm.
Let me tell you something. I don't believe any amount of social distancing you could do could keep that from happening. If that had happened last night, it would be demanded it be put back on again tonight.
Wall to wall. Wall to wall.
What'd you say when they got their Tides?
Scalping tickets at Tides. I've never seen senior play tickets go for $80 a piece.
Never have before. Never have since. Oh, that was good. So yeah, we're Heather Godwin wants to know she had holes in the crate.
Oh
right?
yeah.
did she come over in a crate? I mean, is that how that works? I mean, that's kind of inhumane.
That's what it appeared. But I don't know. I mean, I wasn't on the boat, so I can't. I don't know. But
I just don't know if I can agree with that kind of. I mean, that's social distancing taken to just a whole other level. Good morning, Joshua Gibson, Whitney Bush.
The biggest concern, there was several concerns, and when you get in a situation, you can tell things just aren't right.
Oh yeah.
I mean, you can't put your finger on any one thing, but it just didn't feel right, and it wasn't right. And like I made mention, I don't know if you remember this, I had a big concern that she had an unusually large Adam's apple. So I'm sitting here, and I'm like, okay, that's
oh my gosh,
going to be problematic.
Yeah.
Something's going. I don't know. It's just I don't know.
Miss Carol with a breaking news moment here, and I ought to have some. Here we go. Just in, Gulf Shores beaches, or the city of Gulf Shores will close city-controlled beaches beginning Friday.
Well, there you have it.
So the beach closings,
fluid situation,
have started.
Wow, what's that going to do to? I mean, I'm assuming that has a domino effect with the restaurants and, gift shops and whatever.
I'll tell you this. I think I watched a video last night of some people that were going around Disney World resorts showing how empty they were. But there were still people at the resort. Not a lot.
Disney is still open for business?
Well, the resorts. The parks are all closed.
The parks are closed.
Parking lots are empty. But there were still few people at the resorts. I think the domino effect with that right there, with Gulf Shores closing city-controlled beaches, I don't know. I mean, that's that can't be good. And again, and we asked the professionals we had yesterday, they couldn't answer. They didn't know, like us. You read that heat, if you listen to Maury and his, Corona hack that he did, he says that heat has something to do with killing that thing or what have you. I would think that being on a beach in the sun and the heat, if that's the case, would work. But then again, who knows? I don't know.
So if the beaches are closed, and I'm asking this as a question of ignorance, if the beaches are closed, if you go to the beach, I'm assuming you're going to be asked to leave or possibly written a citation?
I would think they'd probably ask you to begin with. Yeah. And then after that. Now, let me say this. Our good friend Tony Kennan, who happens to be the mayor of Orange Beach, we might ought to get Tony on the phone and see what his plans are. Why don't you check with Tony this afternoon so we can get him on the phone in the morning and see how they're preparing and what they're doing down there?
I think that'd be great.
Yeah. I don't know. I can tell you this. Amity kept it open right to the bitter end, didn't they?
Right until the last bite. I mean, I tell you what, you tip your hat to the guy. I mean, he was fighting for his community.
He sure was. I mean,
those tourist dollars.
He said we can't make it without these dollars, without these tourism. And I'm going to tell you something. That
they invested in the bird watching tower.
They did. And the crazy thing about that is, that part of that, some of that was filmed on the part two. A lot of that was filmed in Navarre.
Yeah, I remember hearing that.
The opening scene of part two, where they're in the hotel sitting around the indoor pool.
Yeah,
that was the old Holiday Inn.
That's the Holidome.
Yeah,
that's the Holidome.
That's right.
There was no doubt that was a Holidome.
There was no doubt.
It almost was like the Emerald City.
You just know it.
I'm just telling you, that's the Holidome. That's the Holidome.
It was.
I'm going to tell you something. You speak of the Holidome.
Man.
That was the eighth wonder of the world.
Can you smell it right now?
God.
Hey, you could be out 10 feet outside the doors and
let me tell you something.
Automatically you knew there's nothing ever replace that.
Let me tell you something.
Nothing.
The arcade at the Holidome was I'm just saying, it's one of the most amazing places, and you better be on point when you walked in there, pal.
You absolutely better
If
be.
you didn't have on the right OP or the right pair of Hobies, you would get your butt run out of there.
Or jams.
You'd be out on your ear, man.
Hey, man.
I mean, out on your ear.
They would put you down.
The Holodome.
Let me tell you something. And if you were man enough to get in that water and keep your eyes open for 5 minutes,
you were a fool.
You were an idiot.
You were a fool.
Because you were going to be red-eyed for the rest of the day.
The Holodome.
I'm going to tell you this. There's nothing that will ever smell like that place.
The Holodome.
Was it all that chlorine? I mean,
it was a lot of things.
Was that Baby Ruth that come passing by at the pool?
It was a lot of things.
I'll tell you what, that was a great place. Look at there. Good morning, Wheeze.
Good morning, Weasel.
Kane Dickey. Look at there. I'm going to tell you, there's another one that will drop a Scud missile on you in a heartbeat.
He'll hit you in the jaw with a tire tool.
He will. I won't tell you.
I love it. I love it. When did the Holodome go down?
Ivan
got it.
And they were rebuilding. They were in the process of rebuilding it when Dennis came through and it demolished it, and so they just tore it down.
Okay. What a run.
Jay Will says, I'm not going to lie, I love my staycation with my daughter and wife. Nothing like seeing family bond time. Up to 59 cases up here in Maine.
59 cases.
Well, it's cold up there.
Yeah, it is.
And real cold. And that's out of your area of travel.
I'll never make it to Maine. You can. You
wouldn't go tour the LL Bean facilities up there?
I'll look at their catalog. Online.
Kane Dickey says the smell was chlorine and bammers.
Here we go. Be nice, Kane.
Let me ask you this. Do you think this is going to affect the sale of Sex Panther?
60% of the time, it works every time.
My guy, who I get my fix from,
right,
has told me that all future shipments have been suspended. So,
but you're stocked.
I've got a gallon.
So you're in good shape. Well, let me ask you this.
3 or 4 nights out anyway.
I was going to say, how long does a gallon last?
It depends. Just a regular night at the Groove or whatnot, it would last several months. But, if the Blueberry Festival rocks around, they have the street dance. I like to get a little heavy, especially if the cloggers are going to be out. So it's all about the occasion.
Twin Creek.
Hey, I think Howard told me he was bringing them back this year. If the festival, I think there was a plan in place to bring the cloggers.
Wait a minute, they're still clogging?
I think there was a plan in place to bring the cloggers back this year. I'm almost certain.
There's
Hal
no
told me
way.
That. I'll have to verify. I'm almost certain he told me that.
You're positive the Twin Creek cloggers are still doing their deal.
I'm wanting to say that Hal told me that there had been some preliminary discussions with the cloggers for them to be a part of the Blueberries Festival this year if we had it.
Wow. Good morning, Jan Miller. Thank you. Good to be back on. Jordan Morgan, good morning to you. Lauren Wallace, good morning. Jay Will says there's going to be a lot of kids born in 9 months from now.
I don't doubt that.
Is that due to the staying at the house? I mean, Let me ask you this. What about those that like to prowl around a little bit? Is that dampened those spirits any?
Things happen.
I tell you what, one thing that comes to mind when I look at that big rug on Maury's head, I don't think that they ever took advantage of the sponsorship that he and Boz and those guys were ready to have. You remember what that sponsorship was?
I do not.
My baloney has a first name. It's O-S-C-A-R. My baloney.
You remember
I do remember it now.
It's called the Brooklyn Brawl?
The Brooklyn Brawl.
Well, I don't think they ever took advantage of it. I mean, and I'm sorry, but you cannot pass up on a baloney sponsorship.
they were gonna start their own show.
Yeah, I know.
Pork and Bean.
Right.
Good times
with pork and bean.
Good times with pork and bean. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think they make a lens that wide or that tall for that rug.
Big boys
on that head.
Big boys.
I don't think Boz has the hair on the top of his head like Maury does he?
I don't know. He wears it pretty thick.
Does he? Mm-hmm. It ain't as thick as Maury's.
Well, it depends on what season it is. But, he changes out that lid 4 or 5 times a year.
Right.
Right now, he's gone with a pretty full lid. I don't know if you've seen Maury's recent creation.
I have not.
It's got a wave to it. I mean,
I have not. Ray Stewart says Amazon has Sex Panther in stock right now for $35.
Well, that's a steal.
Well, the problem is I think they've shut all the warehouses down or sent people home or something. I'm not sure. Fried bologna. Nothing.
There it is.
Put that slit in it. Make sure it doesn't bulk up in the middle and get it going. Good morning, Kenneth Waters. Stan Whitehead. Look at Stan. Haven't seen Stan name pop up in a while.
Good morning, Stanley.
So I'll tell you one thing. All I can say is that when you turn down an Oscar Mayer sponsorship to do Good Times with Pork and Bean, you got problems.
They probably want to rethink that.
Yeah.
Good morning, Vince. Vince, one of our friends over in Andalusia, Alabama.
There you go.
Hope things are going well over there, Vince.
Good morning, Vince. There's Keith and Regina Hutchins in. Good morning. Renee Nielsen Johnson. Good morning, Renee. Renee and them doing good things still with what is the name of the and I'm trying to say it.
I need to take a time out.
Edith Kelly and
Paul's Cross.
Paul's Cross.
Yeah. You got PSA.
Okay. Let's hit it.
We talked about the concern of kids eating while school is not in session.
Yes.
Bruton City has put something in place to help remedy some of that. If you report to your designated bus stop, if you ride the bus between 8, I think it's 8:30 this morning, the buses are going to be running routes, dropping off those backpack buddy type meals.
With the cities, with Bruton City.
Yes.
And that's from now until?
I think, I don't want to put out bad information. I know it's happening today.
Okay.
I think they're going to do it a couple of times a week, maybe.
Okay.
But I'll get more. I'll get better information on that. But I know they're doing it this morning.
That's a great thing.
So be at your bus stop this morning between 8 and 8:30, and the buses will be making their routes, getting that food.
I did see where Backpack Buddies had made a post that said that they were getting closer, I assume, to the goal they had set. Mm-hmm. Did you see that post?
I did not.
I don't know that they've got to that goal. So if you can may have some things laying around, or food or hey, everything helps. Yep. Everything counts and helps. So, certainly trying to, help get the kids and stuff, make sure that they have meals to eat. And I'll tell you, that's a great thing that I think it started at the Methodist Church. Is that still run out of there, or?
I'm not sure if it's still run out of the Methodist Church or not. I know that's where it originated, and I think
that's just a great thing.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
I mean, it really is
great ministry.
Yeah, it certainly is. So that's good. That is breaking news for sure.
Okay, I'm getting. It's Friday from 8 to 8:40 at the bus stop.
Tomorrow.
Okay. I misspoke on that, and I apologize for that. It's tomorrow. Okay. Thank you, Regina, for clearing that up.
Yes.
Tomorrow, Friday, 8 to 8:40.
Okay. There's Leroy.
Good morning, Lee. D-Mop
in the house. Kelly Webb. Good morning, Kelly. I'll tell you what. I think you might have been tagged in that post yesterday that was made, Sarju made, about our good friend Josh Godwin. About Josh is always there to help the community.
Oh yeah,
we need to get out and help him. I think what you said yesterday was right on point when you said, "Hey, put 20 picnic tables out here. We can help get them moved." I mean, if you feel that, look here. Here's some more breaking news right here. Mitzi Roach says, Gateway to Heaven Church in Alco is also offering daily meals for kids.
Wow.
I think it's breakfast and lunch.
That's great.
That's fantastic.
That's great.
And that's good information to have
Sure
for
it
people
is.
to know
Yeah.
that our community is stepping up to try to help and make these things happen to keep these children fed and as you said, uncertain times, uncharted waters, if you will. So, that's fantastic. Thank you, Mitzi, for that. Good morning, Pam Peterson. Maggie Waters, good morning to you. Anyway, I'm all for just loading up and getting a little bit from all of these restaurants in town. And, each day, as we were kind of talking about, what do you call it? We used to have pub run or these poker runs and pub runs and that kind of thing. Just have a restaurant run.
Yeah, there you go.
Everybody just line up, start. I know we have to be 6 feet apart, all that stuff. That's fine. But I'm saying that would be a pretty cool thing to do. As long as they're 6 feet apart, it doesn't matter, does it?
Doesn't matter.
We're not doing anything against guidelines except supporting our local businesses.
That's it.
And we mentioned a lot of businesses in Bruton and East Bruton, but there's a lot of businesses we may not mention or forget to mention. And listen, we certainly don't mean to leave anybody out. I know, I think, and seeing Tallulah Bells, they talked about, having.
They're the first ones in to help.
Sure.
Every time something comes up.
That's right. That's a fact.
To be supportive.
That's right.
And they're offering delivery in Atmore and Bruton.
That's right. I mean,
whatever your need may be or want, you won't find anybody any more accommodating than Tracy and Mallory.
No.
And, they're just another example of a small business that needs to be remembered, needs to be thought of, needs to be part of our plan working through this mess.
That's a fact. Good morning, Darlene Mulder. No doubt. Ron Kennedy, RK in the house.
Good morning, Ron.
But no, that's a fact. I mean, but there's a lot of businesses other than the restaurant businesses in town that still need people to come out, see them, do what needs to happen. And I know our good friend Danny Cottrell, I think he has his folks set up out in front of the Medical Center Pharmacy, basically set up like with your last name, you got A through C and then maybe D through F, and you go up to them and tell them, hey, I'm here to pick up whatever for this, and they go get it and bring it back out to you. People are adapting and overcoming all of these, kind of hardships, if you will, and, it's working out. So look at there. Good morning, Michael Bell, Chris Malden.
Good morning, Bell.
Yeah. Jennifer Lazaro. How about that? Danny Smith, our good friend Danny in. Danny, how's the drive-through business? And I'm asking just because I'm curious.
I know one he sold yesterday.
Did you go over there and
and I'll be back.
What'd you call trade with them?
Oh yeah. I'm gonna trade with Danny regularly. He's another one.
Yeah, that's right.
First one in.
Jeff Booker. Good morning, Jeff. No, that's fact. I'll tell you something too. I don't know if people would take it like we would, but now might be a good time to. I say now in the near future on this show might be a good time to start up and let's call AT&T and find out why service still is terrible in this area.
My internet was down this morning. I don't know my Wi-Fi. I don't know why, but
listen, if it's got anything to do with AT&T, I can tell you.
Yeah. Disappointing.
Danny, I'll tell you what, it's not going to stay that way. I can tell you that. People are going to be tired of the staying in the house and all this kind of stuff, And look, I mean, I saw somebody take a picture. Gas was $1.57 at Tom Thumb.
In Bruton?
I saw that last night or night before last on something. Yeah, the Tom Thumb in Bruton.
Wow.
They took a picture of it and posted. It was $1.57 a gallon.
Wow. It was $1.92 yesterday morning at Jet Pep.
And again,
Wow.
Hey, look at there. Look who just
One of the girls of 87.
87.
Hey, sweet Lynn.
Lynn White Thomas.
Good morning.
I'm going to tell you right now, that is a sweet, sweet, sweet.
Always has been.
I mean, just.
One of the girls of 87.
Yes.
Legendary.
And when we put on the Dirty 30 Jam in July, hopefully, we want to see you there, Lynn. Coach Ryan Shell, good morning, Coach.
Morning, Coach.
Yeah, that's it. Tim Ward put that up.
Okay.
I couldn't remember who it was, but Tim Ward did. It was $1.57.
Wow.
I mean, look, it's going to get to the point. I mean, if gas keeps going down or oil keeps going down, I think it was $26 a barrel or something. Gas would be $1 a gallon.
Mm-hmm.
Let me tell you this. You'd be crazy not to go out and, I don't want to be counterintuitive to what the law is saying. I don't want to say that we're trying to incite riots and people in the street and, all this kind of stuff. But, at the end of the day, it's just like right now. And I'm not trying to prop up selling a car. I don't want anybody to think I am. But the only time I've ever seen anything this crazy was after September the 11th, when they came out with 72-month 0%. And the first time in history that a Jeep Wrangler ever had a rebate on it. Okay. Well, right now, they've come out with 84 months, 0% interest, and 4 months till you have to make the first payment.
I saw that.
That is crazy. I mean, that's something we've never, ever seen that.
Well, and you can apply that to the stock market as well. I know it has not performed very well the last week or so, but it's also during those troubling times when a lot of opportunity will present itself. In terms of, buying a car, a lot of times, you look at it from an investment standpoint. If you get 0% interest and you don't have a payment due for 3 or 4 months, whatever it is, I don't know how many times that's going to come around.
Let me tell you something. If anything, during this hard time, I mean, this is what I've said to somebody the other day. So let me say this. During this time where things are a little crazy, you come trade a car in, guess what? You've foregone a payment for 4 months.
Mm-hmm.
So you got a 4-month cushion to say, look here, I got that money I can take and put into something else. Yeah. I'm not trying to make this a commercial. I don't mean it that way.
I know.
I'm talking about that's the kind of things and the measures that all kind of industries are taking right now.
Think about all the toilet paper you could buy.
You could buy a bunch.
3 months worth of car payments?
Did we ever determine why there was a run on toilet paper?
I still don't completely understand it.
I've heard the argument made that it's because it all comes out of China. I've heard that argument made. I don't know if I believe that.
I thought it came from Container.
I don't think Container makes, not this one, makes toilet paper.
I thought they throw. Is that not what they throw at the Christmas parades?
Well,
or is it paper towels?
I think that's paper, but they don't make that out there either. GP makes that at some of their plants, but I don't think they make it out here.
Okay,
the paper they make out here is not that. Not to my knowledge. Brandon Carmichael says $1.74 gallon floating around no bill.
One of my guys. Good morning, BC.
Yeah. Price is not. No, listen. Hey, I agree with that, Darlene, for sure. We need oil to be $50 to $60 a barrel to keep all the oil field people in jobs secure and that kind of thing. And
I think most people would think that's fair.
Sure. I mean, look, I don't think anybody's got a problem paying $2.25 a gallon, $2.50 a gallon, $2, whatever. I don't think anybody's got a problem with that. Where people have a problem, it goes up to $4 a gallon.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you have a problem when it goes down like right now to $1 a gallon, you know what I mean? I mean, it's Pennington, Alabama makes toilet paper, the GP mill.
That's probably over in DMOP.
Yeah. So $1.76 in Alberta. Yeah, that's right. Donna Massel. GP here makes paper for paper plates.
Thank you, Kathy. We were talking about that earlier. Thank you.
Yes. So let's see what time. Yep, let me go grab that real quick. You can.
Are we getting ready for, is it game time?
Yes, if I can find them.
And what is it? This is going to be trivia.
Yes. That's going to be the key is finding. Oh, here we go.
Are we going to give away rolls of toilet paper as prizes?
Oh, well, that's a good idea.
I mean, your stash, not mine.
Yeah. We got shop towels available, don't we?
Yeah, sure.
I mean, why not give away shop towels?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay. What are we going with? 80s
80s.
or 90s trivia?
Everybody's down a little bit. Let's go 80s.
Yeah.
80s is a good time.
Great. I love 80s trivia
80s
anyway.
is a good time.
80s is always a good time, and it's, a lot of good trivia out of the 80s. So let's get this out. Tell you what, let's figure out what kind of prize we're gonna give away. I mean, back in the day, we started giving everybody else's stuff away. I don't know if right now that's a good thing to do.
No, that's probably not. I'm not for that.
You're right.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't
People
think
have been good to us in the past.
Yeah, I don't think we probably need to do that. So, let's. I'll tell you what. Let's do. Let's. I'll tell you what. We open for business. Pete Chevrolet, Jim Peach Motors.
We are.
We open. So I'll tell you what we'll do. This first one, with first two, we'll give an oil change away at the Ford store and an oil change away at the Chevrolet store. How about that?
All right.
You good with that?
Yep.
Sound like a winner?
Let's do it.
All right. So here we go. Let's see. Now listen.
Ron McDaniel's in.
Is he? Just
morning,
talking
Ron.
about you, Ron. Good morning.
Ronald.
We Stan Whitehead some free tank of gas.
Here's $6, man.
Yeah. Hey, no, listen, it keeps going. Here's $20. Not a problem. Let's see. So first correct answer on our screen.
Let's do this.
Okay.
And this will be, everybody's going to be on the honor system.
Okay.
The winners are going to get an oil change at one of the dealerships, like you mentioned. But when you come and redeem that, you're going to give us your word that you will go buy a meal somewhere locally.
There you go.
You're going to save $45, $50 on your oil change. Go spend 10 or 15 at one of our local eateries.
That's
or one of our retails. Just spend a little money locally.
Yeah. There you go.
A little money locally. How about that?
Yeah, you're
on your
saving
own.
money on the oil change.
You're on your own. You're part of the Drive Time family, and that means something.
Yes.
And when you tell us you're going to do it, we're going to believe it.
You do it. So let me get this.
That's fair, is it not?
I think that's more than fair. Let's see. Okay.
Good morning, Shannon Odom. Good morning, Jessica.
Okay. So let's see. Let's find a good one that we're not going to something that's not going to be real easy for people to just jump on and know what this is right away.
Good morning, Steve. My friend.
I got a good one right here. All right. Everybody ready?
Is this for the Chevrolet store or is this for the Ford store?
This is going to be, we'll save yours for last.
Okay.
Or for next.
Okay.
So this is for the oil change at Pete Chevrolet. How about that? We'll get to that, Tracy. It's funny you mentioned that. We're going to get to that. Okay, here we go. You ready?
Yep.
What famous singer sang the Married with Children theme song?
Yep.
What famous singer sang the Married with Children theme song?
First correct answer posted wins.
First correct answer posted wins a crisp $50 bill. No, they don't. Everybody's Googling like crazy right now.
I would have known this one. This is answerable without Google.
It should be. I mean, unless my feeds just quit working, Darn, we went through a whole Jeopardy song.
There it is.
There it is. Matt and all.
Red got it.
Red in. Sinatra.
He got
Frank Sinatra.
There comes Bell.
He was second one in.
Yeah.
That was it. Frank Sinatra. He sang the famous Married with Children crooner.
Yep.
That's who it was.
Alan Thicke.
Alan Thicke.
Kelly Webb. I love me some Kelly Webb now. Oh, Alan Thicke.
Alex P. Keaton.
That's good.
That was good. That was good.
Red got it.
Red message myself or DJ, and we'll tell you how you can pick up your prize.
And while you're here, after you get your oil changed, got to go somewhere local.
You got to go out, and you got to go, if it's drive through, whatever, and go through.
You know what I think would be neat? You tell me, and I want you to tell me, and I want the Facebook family, the Drive Time family, to tell me if this is a bad idea. I've had a vision, just hit me, and I think on this page, on the Drive Time page,
Yes.
until further notice, anytime any of us are out shopping anywhere locally, let's take a picture of the establishment. You don't have to say what you bought, what you spent, nothing. Let's take a picture of the establishment and post it to the page.
That's a great,
Just to show that, we're
great
here.
thing to do.
We're still fighting, and, we're winning.
And
I'm going to do it. I'm going to go to lunch somewhere today, and I'm going to take a picture of where I'm going to be, and I'm going to do it every time I'm somewhere.
And
Would you do that?
Yeah, absolutely. And I've got something to add to that too. There you go. Look at there. Matt Nall said he'll donate his oil change. Well, I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're going to give it
Throw it back in the hopper. I love it.
back in the hopper.
But I love it. I love it.
we're going to give it
First class, Red.
we're gonna
First
give it
class,
away
man.
again, then.
I wouldn't expect anything different from that guy.
Oh, no, not at all.
He's a
Good
brute
morning,
man.
JoJo.
He's a brutal man.
JoJo said, Team DJ.
Good morning, JoJo.
All right, so here we go. Yeah, I love that idea, by the way. Taking pictures, absolutely. Put them, go into the Drive Time group page.
Let's flood it.
And flood it.
Anytime we're doing anything locally, take a picture. Let's post it. Let's promote our people.
And if you like golden eggs, you really, really, really want to do what DJ just said.
Pay attention.
You better pay attention.
You better pay attention.
I'm telling you, it's funny somebody mentioned that a while ago.
I'm getting jacked up. Like I'm really.
It's funny. It's funny that Tracy Steele mentioned that.
Yeah.
And it's funny you brought what you brought up because, like I said, I may have something to go along with that.
I love this.
So pay attention.
I'm loving this.
Pay attention to what's happening.
I'm loving this.
Because you never know when the next Dirty 30 Riddler might show up.
I'm loving this.
So
I'm loving it.
Here we go. So this is for that oil change at Jim Peach Motors, courtesy of Chip and the fine folks down there, DJ, and the only thing you have to do is you have to go and
Spend
as
some money
DJ
locally.
calls it, trade with a local business.
Trade local.
Here locally. And go take that money you saved on oil change and go spend it in town. Okay? That's right. Awesome idea, DJ. Bruton is open.
Bruton's open.
Bruton's open for business. Ray Stewart wants a picture of the Red Room.
Ooh.
That might be tough, Ray.
Easy, Ray.
Yeah. That might be tough. Okay. Oh, man. Let's see. I don't know. That might be a hard one right there. There again, it might not be. You don't even have to look at the answer of this one, but we're going to do it just for you.
Okay. This is for the Chevrolet.
This is for the one at Peach Ford.
Peach Ford.
Yeah.
Okay.
The one that Matt and all threw back in the hopper.
Yeah. You were going to do okay.
No,
The first one was for the Chevrolet store.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yes. Now we'll go back to Chevrolet then.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. You're right.
Yeah.
Pete Chevrolet.
Okay.
Okay. Here we
Kevin
go.
Ladnier, Alan Howard.
Now that we're confused the hell out of
Yeah.
everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's fine. All right. Here we go. So this is for an oil change of Pete Chevrolet. The only thing you've got to do is you have to, that day that you come get your oil change, go somewhere in Bruton
Trade.
and trade. Eat a meal.
I love it.
Buy a dress from Tallulah Bells.
I love it. I love it.
Go see Mel down
love
at
it.
Just Do. Go see Hillary at Harrington's.
Jesse Rigby.
Go over and see Jesse at James Brothers. Go
see Raj.
Go see Raj Palmer. Go out to Spud. I tell you what, man.
Danny Smith.
Go have some chicken from
Hey.
the Country Express. Go check them out. I'm telling you.
Just
Go see
trade.
Danny over at Pizza Hut. But you got to do what you got to. That's the deal.
I like it. I'm liking this.
All right.
I'm liking this.
You don't even have to look at the answer to this.
Okay.
'Cause you're going to know it. Okay.
Okay.
Here's the question. Who was the news director for WKRP? Who was the news director for WKRP? Rod's got the coldest beer in town. That's another great reason to go see
Go
it.
trade with him.
Go trade with him. We didn't say you couldn't buy it. Do whatever you want to.
Glen Grove. Good morning, Glen Grove.
He get it?
No, he's fraternity brother from Auburn. He was my pledge trainer. So I'm a little nervous. I'm a little.
Leroy Jordan's in. Les Nessman.
Lee.
There you go.
Leroy Jordan.
Leroy Jordan
Nessman.
in with Les Nessman.
Let me tell you something. I'm going to take a 20-second time out here. Glen Grove was my pledge trainer at Auburn. So my heart, like any time I'm around him, see him, and of course, he's
It
not
bothers
here.
you a little bit?
Just a little bit, yeah.
Mine was
Yeah.
Bill Rayburn.
I came to know him as a very kind person, but it wasn't always that way.
I still hate Bill Rayburn.
I love Glen Grove, but there was wow. Good morning, Glenn. Hope
Yeah.
all's well.
Yeah. How about that? Leroy Jordan.
Lee
in.
Jordan.
Lee, you've got to come down from D-Mop and unpractice that social distancing and come on into B-Town.
He's always welcome.
Yes, sir.
Always welcome.
And come see us. And like I said, we'll take good care of you for sure, no doubt. All right. This next one's going to be for
Ford store.
the Ford store. Your part of your neck of the woods.
Come on with it.
Okay. Oh wow. This is kind of relevant to this time. Believe it or not.
Okay. Yeah, that reaches.
It does. Here we go. Movie star Tom Hanks appeared for 2 seasons on what TV series?
First correct answer.
Movie star Tom Hanks appeared for 2 seasons on what TV series? Raj said he's waiting on somebody to tell me he can deliver beer.
Tell you what.
Raj and friends.
Thanks for playing, Raj.
Hey. Movie star Tom Hanks appeared for 2 seasons on what TV series?
Cheers. Nope. Sorry, Ryan.
Ryan,
Thanks for playing. There
oh,
it is.
There it is.
Boom.
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 Gina Moy in with Bosom Buddies.
Winner and winner. Chicken
Dinner. Thank you, Gina.
Free oil change.
Free oil change. Come down and see DJ Peach Ford.
Take care of her.
518 South Boulevard, where we are open. They are open. We are open for business.
Guess where Gina works?
Where's she work?
David's Catfish.
There you go. Well, she knows where to find it.
Yep.
We know where to find her.
Yep.
There you go.
All right. 2 winners. Leroy Jordan.
Yeah.
And Gina Moy.
2 winners. The deal is you got to make sure that you leave and go find a place here in town and go trade with them.
And everybody from this point moving forward, when we're out and about trading locally, take a picture, post it to the Drive Time page. Let's celebrate it.
Take plenty of pictures and put it out there.
Lee
for
Jordan
sure.
just donated his back to the pot. He just loves playing the game.
Well, all right. Well, then let's give the Chevrolet one away again.
Yep.
All right. So let's find us a.
Thank you, Leroy.
Let's find us a.
Oh, I'm sorry, Gene. Is it? That is his own mail. I apologize.
What's that? Oh.
Okay, same thing.
Well, hey, listen.
Hey, I was trying.
It's kind of close to saying good morning, Mother.
Good morning, Miss James.
TJ, Terrence Johnson.
What's up, Coach?
What's going on, TJ? Let's see here. Susan Rhodes, good morning, Susan. Sherry Weaver, good morning to you. Let's see who we can find here, what we can find for a Pete Chevrolet oil change, courtesy of Lloyd Christmas and Kevin Ladnier. For those of y'all that know Alan Howard, I promise you, he is that's Lloyd Christmas made over.
Yep.
So, all right, here we go. Let's see here. Oh, this will be tough. This is gonna be a tough one right here. Look at this. This is gonna be a tough one.
Yeah, that will be tough.
It's gonna take this. You think that might be a little too tough?
They'll Google it up.
I think so too. 80s trivia. This is for oil change, Pete Chevrolet. Who was the lead singer of The Smiths? Who was the lead singer of The Smiths?
Dirty old bastard.
Shimmy, shimmy, yes. There you go. Winner, winner, winner. There we go. Wanda Green. Wanda Green in with Morrissey. That's correct. Wanda has won. Kelly with him out with thick. Oh man. Okay.
This is the best, worst show ever.
I'll tell you. ODB. Man, I'm telling you, I almost puked when you said that. Oh, man. Wanda Green, you have won oil change courtesy of Leroy Jordan and Kevin Ladnier and Lloyd Christmas, Chip Peach, and the fine folks there. Come on down and get that oil change, and I think you'll find that with the money you're gonna save from that, you're gonna be able to go spend in town.
Yep.
We want you to go spend that money in town.
Your choice.
Your choice. We're not gonna tell you where to spend it. Just go spend it in town.
When you're there, take a picture and post it.
And when they come get the oil change, they're gonna take a picture.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's the only thing we got. Good morning, sister Diane McCracken. Good morning, neighbor.
Good morning, Miss Diane. Sister's in.
Yeah,
so,
okay. Good morning, sister.
Good morning, sister.
So there's Hot Rod.
Good morning, Hot Rod.
So I tell you what, let's do. Oh, there's Allie. Good morning, Allie. I didn't see Allie in there. Tell you what we'll do. I'll tell you what we'll do. How about this? And this is gonna be the last. This is gonna be the last one of the day. How about that, Connie B? Good morning, Connie B.
Good morning, Connie.
It's gonna be the last one of the day for this for this one anyway. Not saying we won't have some more because we will. But tell you what we're gonna do. Courtesy of Drive Time, myself and DJ, Jesse James, and all of us involved with this foolishness and the best worst show of all time.
The best worst show ever.
I think that's going to be the new slogan.
Yeah, the best worst.
Yeah, the best worst show ever.
The best worst show ever.
I mean, it's got to be. We got to get Chef Adam to change that intro to South Alabama's best #1 podcast to the best worst show ever. Yeah, because it sucks and we know it sucks. I mean, when you can come out and drop ODB out for vocalist of the Smiths, it doesn't get much worse.
Hey, and if you think we've been bad today,
yes,
you just wait till tomorrow.
Just hold on. We ain't come down with the virus yet.
You ain't seen bad yet.
Just wait. So here's the deal.
I'm going to be horrible tomorrow.
Tell you what we're going to do. Courtesy of Drive Time. You come by and pick up a check from me. You message me and you can come get it. I've got a $50 check, and I'll make it out to the business of your choosing.
Wow.
To the winner of this next question.
Kind of a gift certificate.
Yes, but an open gift certificate.
Open gift certificate.
But it's the business of their choosing.
That's great.
In Bruton.
Yep.
And obviously East Bruton, Bruton, East Bruton area. Okay. That fair?
I think that's fair.
Is that fair?
Fair.
$50.
That's great.
A $50 bill to go and trade at one of our local businesses. Okay? Courtesy of Drive Time, myself and old dirty bastard over here. When he breaks into shimmy, shimmy, yo, shimmy, shimmy. I mean, I'm going to tell you something. I will not be able to contain myself. I mean, I'm telling you, you like to got me a while ago when you did that. I mean, golly. Anyway, that was good. That was good. That was, I got to tell you. Okay. So we got to find a good one for this one. We got to find a good one for this one. As
this is a heck of a prize. I mean, the other two were as well, but this I like this.
I think this will be one that'll take a while. This might take people. This needs to be a little tough for the type of prize, right?
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Diane, we have missed you too. We've missed everybody. We've missed being able to come in and be the best, worst show ever. And we own it.
We own it.
We own it.
Yeah. Hey.
Matter of fact, we're going to get that printed on this wall right here with just some stencils.
Yeah.
And stencil it right here.
Best, worst show.
Best, worst show ever. I like that. Neon lights. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, listen. So again, this is for a $50. Good morning, Jesse Rigby. This is for a $50, basically a open gift certificate. But you're going to tell me who you want to trade with, and I'm going to make it out to that business for you to go and spend $50 at that business. Okay? That sound like a winner? Here we go. The question: what type of computer printers were popular in the 80s? That's going to be a tough one. You think?
Yeah, just a King Dickies pose.
Hot Rod in with Apple. Steve in with... Oh, man, I'm going to tell you something. Red is on fire.
Red is on fire.
Red is on fire. Dot Matrix, that's correct. I didn't think anybody would get that. I thought it'd be a while.
He's a gamer.
Ron McDaniel in with the right one.
He's a gamer. Matt Nall's a gamer.
Red, you gonna come down and pick this $50 up, or what you gonna do? Because I know you being not where you're at. I don't know if you're gonna donate it back like you did the oil change, or what you want to do. Alex, she's out. She's a 90s baby. Hashtag 90s baby.
90s baby.
There he is, Donald Thompson.
Cashing
morning, Donald.
checks and snapping.
There you go.
Did you say Donald Thompson's in?
Yes.
Oh, good Lord.
D-Top in the house.
I'm sure he brought his little flags.
Red, you coming when you gonna message me and let me know when you coming down to pick this up? We want to make sure and get it to you where you can get out and go spend some money locally here and try to inject some coinage into the local economy.
Yes, sir.
I'm down a little bit. Eco Car Wash, my man. There you go. So just let me know when you're gonna be by, and we'll get you taken care of and get that done.
The Graham is in. The Graham. She's another friend from Auburn.
Oh yeah, well I see the sheriff in. Good morning, Sheriff.
Good morning to the Graham and Sheriff.
That's right. Good morning. Good morning, Keith Lisamy. I'm down a little bit. Eco Car Wash. Yeah, I forgot. That's right. I forgot Matt was involved with all that stuff. So that's good. Well, let me know, Matt. Like I said, just give me a shout, and I'll get you set up and squared away. And you can come out and
If you say so, Donald.
spend some of this money here in town.
You say so.
He'll still buy a meal, too.
Yes,
How about
sir.
that?
All right.
All right, Red. That's a deal.
Get a picture and post it.
Yep. That's a deal. That is a deal. So, tomorrow, I said we were going to play Name That TV theme song.
I can't wait.
But may do that, or may do a little something different. I'm gonna see. I'm on. We talked about or somebody talked to Tracy Steele. OG Tracy Steele mentioned that golden egg. There's Jonathan Owens. Good morning, Jonathan.
Good morning, Jonathan.
I know everybody's supposed to be practicing social whatever, staying away from each other, but I don't think there's any problem with people going to underground theater, is it?
I wouldn't think so.
I mean, I don't know that it would be, but y'all need to pay attention. Stay tuned. You never know what may be happening. So, we need people out and about and going and checking and seeing and seeing what's happening with in town. And I can't think of a better time to be going to different businesses and places, trying to just making sure we're keeping that money going. I see him there now. Graham Holder.
The Graham.
Yeah, I see him there now. I'm sorry.
She was a roommate. That's her son.
I got you.
Her picture, but she was roommates with Molly at Auburn.
Okay.
A lot of fun.
Okay. Danny Smith said the Underground Theater was open last night. So let me say this. You never know when you might have something pop up that may lead you to certain places.
Things happen. You never know.
The deal is you never know what that may tell you have to do at these places. And if you do some of the right things, you never know what may happen. I think we're 6 feet.
We're right there at it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm 6'1", and yeah.
Yeah, I think
About right.
I mean, we certainly weren't yesterday.
No,
We was packed in.
And I don't think that she was crazy. Ashley was crazy about it either. I felt her kind of group.
But I really didn't. I didn't think that that it bothered her. Or she didn't act like it did.
Well, I didn't wear the Panther for that reason.
Listen, when I heard the name Strawbridge, and I figured out she was kin to
David.
Yeah. I said she's a gamer.
Yeah.
He certainly is.
She's tolerant.
Yeah, well, you're right. so start searching the green room. Do you have a green room?
No. No.
We don't have a green room here. We do, but it's not accessible.
Tucked away at the moment.
It's tucked away. Yeah, we're bunkering it, hunkered down in that. So be willing to get out of the house and do what you need to do. I like that 6'1"-ish.
You know it, Bryce.
Yeah. Be willing to get out of the house, because let me tell you something about what I'm talking about. It's going to lead you to a lot of different places. And it may lead you to one place. It may lead you to the exact place. But I promise you that, anyway, let's just leave it at that right now.
I think that's good.
Yeah. Let's just leave it at that. So we'll have a good time with that. Brandon Wilcox, good morning to you.
Good morning, Coach.
I'll tell you, for the best, worst show ever, I don't know about you, but I've had a good time this morning.
I think that's going to stick. The best, worst show ever.
I think, how can it not?
It's true.
I mean, it is, I'll tell you this too.
Jeff Wilson. Good morning, Jeff.
We don't ever come in here with a script or anything like that. We never have, but we have always come in here and sit down and tried to, figure out how not to be terrible. Actually, we've tried to figure out how to be worse.
Yeah.
So I'm going to take that back. But there's nothing wrong, and you said this, there's nothing wrong with the good old days, and there's nothing wrong with a little laughter, and there's nothing wrong with good morning.
There's nothing wrong with good morning.
That's a fact.
That's a fact.
You know what I'm saying?
Great way to start the day.
And anybody that can't feel better about saying good morning to everybody, I don't know. Good morning, Amanda Kelly.
We're not making light of this serious situation that we're all living in, but can't we take time to laugh a little bit and have a good time?
There's Doug Kelly. Good morning, Doug. There, Jeff Wilson in the house. That's another gamer right there that'll drop some Scud missiles on you if you don't watch it. We started at 6 a.m. there. Good and terrible. The best, worst show. I love that.
Yeah, the best, worst
I'm
show
telling
ever.
you.
Best, worst
I mean,
show
that's
ever.
something that reminds me of an 80s sitcom or something, that would have to be along those lines. Oh, we, look at here. We got let me find us something. Here we go. UPS update. Packages will not need to be signed for unless under special circumstances.
Thank you, Douglas.
How about that? Appreciate that information, Doug. Jonathan Owen said he wants to splash the pot with a 4-pack of Charmin and a surgical mask.
That's how it starts.
Well, that is. I guess I need to get something the splash thing back on here. You're still feeling the effects of the alumni game. Speaking of, I'm glad that was brought up. I understand a great turnout.
I was shocked. It was much more for the Wild at Heart put on an alumni baseball game.
O'Clack. Good morning, O'Clack.
Between T.R. Miller and WSNL. You had to be 35 years of age to play in it. Going in, it was a beautiful day. It was a couple of Saturdays ago, whenever it was. I was shocked how many people were there. And it was amazing how much fun it was. It was amazing.
And everyone that's had anything to do with it said the same exact thing.
Let me tell you a couple of things that I took away from it that were special for me. And, of course, I think the other guys who participated would say this as well. It was fun being on a team again. It was fun wearing a Miller jersey or, in their case, a Neal jersey. It was fun having that jersey on again. But when Coach Parker and Coach Hart showed up, that set it all for me. I was not expecting them to be there. And to have both of them come up, it was like, wow, this is really cool. They both coached third base. We had a good time. As the game wore on, it got a little more competitive.
A little dicey.
Wanting to win became a little more important, but it never crossed the line that we lost sight of having a good time. It happened to go our way that day, but it could have just have easily gone the other way. But the in-game highlight for me, we were in the dugout and somebody got on base and somebody got on base. Well, the bases are loaded and Jason Madden's coming to play. And everybody, nobody talked about it. Everybody in our dugout went and stood on the rail like, is this guy fixing to hit it on the gym? I mean, he really thought he was going to do it. And Madden's 43 now. I mean, he's not a spring chicken, but you just remember him rising to the occasion in moments like that. And everybody went and stood on the rail, myself included, like, is he fixing to hit it on the gym? Of course, he grounded out. But it was wild. Miss Hart was there. Got a post-game hug from Miss Hart, which was really cool. But that was a fun day.
Wow.
I'm upset with Grayson Peters. Upset with Grayson.
What did he do?
He struck me out my first at bat. And, I'm sitting here. I'm the second oldest guy in the game.
Right. He's throwing you high and tight?
No. Throw me curveballs.
Straight.
Throw me 3 straight. Bart's 53. I'm 50. I'm the second oldest one in the game.
Did you fall out of the batter's box?
Well, the last one... The last one, Doc Gooden couldn't have thrown any better. He completely locked me up. I mean, I did a good. I didn't even wait for the umpire to say strike 3. I just looked at Grayson, and in my mind, I shot him a bird and walked by and said, man, I'm 50 years old, and you're throwing me curveballs? I mean, throw it underhanded.
Wow.
Throw it underhanded.
Wow.
But it was fun. It was fun.
Wow. Good morning, Charles Happold.
Jeff can still swing it.
Can he?
He buried one down the right field corner. Yeah, Jeff can still play.
5'9" is the new 6'1".
Throw a flag, Donald. Throw your freaking flag.
Oh, man. Good morning, Miss Janie.
You mean tell you who else can still play?
Who's that?
Kevin Madden.
Well, let me tell you a funny story about that. So I was coming out of the medical center last Wednesday and happened to be coming out. And as I was, Kevin Madden was coming in. We stopped in the parking lot, and this was before everybody was banned from shaking hands and stuff, which, I'm not going to lie to you, old friends, they're still going to do it anyway. You know people. Shook hands, said, what's going on, Coach? And I heard y'all had a big time at the alumni game. He said, yes. He said, that's what I'm up here for right now. I said, well, that nasty curve still nasty? He said, yeah, it was. He said, but it just went ahead and took care of that old rotator cuff like I knew it would. He said, going to have something done. And
wow.
I said, well, you must have been slinging that thing pretty hard then. He said, oh, yeah. He said, but I'm going to tell you right now, he said, I don't know if I'll make it next year.
I'll tell you,
so,
they had no chance.
Well, if he was throwing that curve,
they had players that stood out as well. The pocket rocket, Heath Gibson.
Heath is still on it.
Oh yeah, could play today.
Yeah,
he would start on the local high school teams right now.
Yeah, what's he 5'4" and running like a 4.340?
Joker can play.
Yeah, he's an athlete.
John Robert can play.
His daddy was an athlete.
John Robert can play.
Really?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
John Robert's still putting it down.
Yeah. Yep.
I'm not saying that's shocking, but it is kind of shocking.
Probably the most amazing thing to me was Dwayne Ingram, their catcher, and Heath Hanks, our catcher. He's 39, Dwayne's 38. They caught the whole game.
Wow.
There was nobody jumping up and down wanting to play that position. I can promise you.
Look who else is in. Tractor Bryant.
Good morning, Tractor.
Good morning, Tractor. Yeah, how about that, Book? That's right. How many times you told Stokes, compete?
I don't remember.
He's falling out of the batter's box up there on a nasty curve. Angela Boutwell, good morning to you. Paula Bullen, good morning. Lamar Morris, good morning, Lamar. I can tell you, when I asked Coach about that, I said, Coach Madden, was that curve working? He said, yeah, it was working.
It was working.
He said, but it ain't working right now. I said, well, I hear you.
He was impressive.
Who did anybody take one out?
No, Kevin, Coach Madden took one off the wall.
Really?
Jeff took one off the wall. Andrew Clark had a really good hit early in the first inning of the game. The pocket rocket had a good couple of drives.
So you tell me that when Boo stepped up to the plate,
everybody went to the fence. Everybody went to the rail.
It was about to be on, And it
was a
Look at there.
surreal feeling.
Look at there. Emily Wilson.
Good morning, Emily.
Good morning. I would have been the same way because I would have. Listen, I watched him run around in the end zone.
Oh, yeah.
Buddy Taylor.
Oh, yeah.
One night,
I'll never forget that.
untouched for at least 45 seconds.
At least.
You remember that?
I remember. Like
Remember how cold
yesterday.
it was?
I was on the field on the field commentator
Oh,
for
okay.
WKU News
Okay.
time.
Okay. So
I was
you were
that
right in the
end zone.
thick of things.
I watched it.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't remember this. The guy who finally tackled him out of the back of the end zone was Tremaine Smith, who lined up as the punt returner.
That's right.
50 yards away. He's the one that came up and got him out.
Wow.
It was amazing.
Wow. Boo was he was fast.
He was one of my favorite players to ever watch play ever.
Yeah, he
I loved watching him play.
He was a man.
He was great.
My brother-in-law, Brent Boyd, Coach Brent
Yeah.
Boyd, he said that he watched him make the most amazing catch he's ever seen in any college, high school, whatever ball. He watched him make the most amazing catch ever. And he said, to this day, he's never seen anything like it.
He was something else. Madden was something else.
So did anybody hit one as far as that kid that was kin to Coach Siebert?
Siebert's
nephew.
No.
Anybody take one like that?
No. You couldn't hit it twice. Couldn't hit it twice and hit that far.
Man, I won't tell you right now. And you told me that the atmosphere was almost like that atmosphere.
It was. I'm telling you, and this is the biggest crowd that I've seen at the cruise in my life was the night that T.R. Miller hosted Spanish Fort. I mean, it was people everywhere. Outside the fence, the bullpen area, the stands for the capacity. And that game only got brokered about 24 hours prior to.
Right.
You had, of course, played a huge role in that, getting, Brent to come in. I'll never, ever forget Brent Boyd 26 hours before we're going to play, loading his team up and coming. He had nothing to gain from it.
He had
nothing.
He had one condition.
Yeah, that Booker pitch.
He said, Booker's on the mound.
Yeah.
And I said,
made it happen.
Y'all make it happen.
And it did. And
they
that
did.
was great. And it went our way that night. It could have gone their way. It was I'm
going to tell you this.
Great game.
That was a great game. It was a great atmosphere. It took me back to the 80s and 90s of Miller football.
That was great.
Like atmosphere at Miller football games.
That was great.
Or a Miller-Neal game and Buddy Taylor.
Yeah.
Like that game we're talking about with Madden that night.
Right.
That was a crazy crowd.
Yeah.
I mean, it was. So, Ray Stewart said he didn't get an invite. I honestly, I think it all kind of came together really quick, didn't it?
It happened quick, and I think Wade Winstead kind of put the, asked around and got the Neal guys. It was certainly open to everybody.
Right.
You had to be 35. You had to be 35 to play. And Andrew Clark, of course, headed up the Miller side of it. But yeah, that was fun.
Good morning, JP.
Marna Reeves.
Carmen Rawls.
Good morning, Marna.
James Schoenfield. Bobby Marshall. Good morning, Bobby. Sylvia Ball. Good morning. Hey, Booker said it best game ever.
It was awesome.
I mean, it was awesome.
Those games at Gordo were fun as well. I mean, that was incredible. But that night at the cruise was a special, special night.
It was. That was and I'm going to tell you this, there was a pile of people at that thing.
A pile of people at that one.
I mean, it was.
A pile. There was 100 people in the bullpen.
It was. That's
where we were.
Yeah.
There was 100 people there.
Yeah, there was a lot of people there. So, no dang wonder we didn't get an invite. How about that? Well, look, Ray, you're on the list for next time, I assure you. They're gonna make sure of that. So is there plans to do that again?
I think so.
Okay.
Of course, we have to have, the recovery time and the rehab time from all the post-game surgeries.
Sure.
But yeah.
So you're talking about next year?
Next year, yeah.
Well, with all this social distancing, you can't do it right now.
Yeah.
I saw Pistol Pete in there, and I've been seeing some posts that they've been making down Atmore Way as well. Any news from that down that way, Pistol Pete, that we need to know about or should know about, or you want to pass along? So I didn't. I knew I saw Wade and them posting about it, but I didn't know how long it was. how long a time they had before that y'all actually got that together?
It was about 45 days out,
I got you.
maybe.
So y'all had some time to work on some team. Did y'all have uniforms?
Oh, yeah. No, it was, yeah.
So
You had your name. I mean, it was first class.
Yeah. So who made the uniform?
Andrew did a phenomenal job.
Andrew Clark.
We had, and what I loved about it is the Miller hats that we had was the old Block M, which is what we used to wear. Now they use the TRM logo, which looks good also, but I loved seeing the Block M. And we all had matching hats and jerseys.
Did y'all wear the leggings?
I did. You ain't playing baseball if you don't. I did. I look like Baby Ruth out there.
Did everybody or did just you? Mm-hmm. You the only one who wore leggings?
Only one I could tell, yeah.
Everybody else had them pulled down to the ankles. Mm-hmm. Man,
no, Heath had his pulled up.
Did he? Mm-hmm. That's just not baseball unless you have.
Yeah, I had on the stirrups, the whole 9 yards, man.
Yeah,
I loved hearing the spikes on the concrete in the dugout.
Did you go buy some cleats just for it?
No, I tell you, and this shocked me. I reached out on Facebook, which I've seen 1,000 people do, and I requested, hey, does anybody have a size 9.5 steel cleat that I could use for one night? And I got lambasted for it. You know, how old are you, 12? Hey, but guess whose cleats I got? Sam Kelly's. And he had them in the 7th grade. So next year I'm going to get 10.5 or 12s like Bozo out there.
Oh man, man, that is that is crazy. Atmore is not back right now, according to Jonathan.
It's not back.
He said that Corona's got him scared. Well, let me assure you of this, Jonathan. B-Town is not. Have you seen anybody scared in B-Town?
I'm not scared. We're concerned. And we're serious, but we're not
serious
scared
about it. We're taking the right steps, precautions. We've got our steel-plated underwear on.
Steve remembers the post. I did specify no blue cleats. I stand corrected. You're right,
Pete
Steve.
said Atmore is fine.
Great to hear.
Great. That's great.
Morning, Chef Adam.
Good morning, Chef. Well, I can tell you this. We, everybody, you got to be vigilant right now. You know, listen to what people say and that kind of thing. But, hey, her feet, I'm going to tell you something. She's got feet like her mom's got. I'm telling you, good gracious. Hey, listen, and I think that's, I think what Pistol Pete said, that's kind of the way we are here, you know. We're being responsible, trying to do our best to keep things moving and rolling, but we are open for business too. And although that business may be a little different from what it normally is for some, we're still open and still trying to make things happen. So glad to hear that's going on, and you know, people in Atmore down around that area, get out and support your local businesses. They need it right now. I've seen several posts, and I think you made a comment about this earlier, DJ. These are the businesses that when you go out to the events in your local communities, these are the businesses whose names are on those signs.
It shouldn't be forgotten. I mean, it shouldn't be. It should be remembered now more than ever.
That's right. That's right. And
because when we get back, they're going to be back.
Another girl from 87 in.
Look at her.
Monica.
Good morning, Monica.
Williams Graydon. Good Lord.
Legendary group of girls.
Whew. Yes.
Proud to call them friends.
Who was it that she gave swimming? Was it Butch that she gave swimming lessons to?
It might be right.
Remember we were talking about, I don't know how much swimming lesson we would have been trying to learn.
Mm-hmm.
Going to the city pool in those days was the greatest time of my life.
That's right. Good days.
At the old city pool down there at the behind the fire station.
Right.
Yeah. Got a new city pool coming.
I saw that. Yeah, they seem to be coming.
A nice one.
Yeah, it's going to be zero entry. That'll be nice.
Yeah, a nice one.
Excited
Real nice.
about that.
So, yep, not scared, just sensible. That's a great way to put it. Jeff says he's got a conference call to be on. Have a good time working from home. That's right. Dr. D, Good morning, Dr. D. Fran.
Dr. D in?
Yes, sir.
Good morning, Dr. D.
It was Lance McKenzie. How about that?
How about that?
Butch. I guarantee you Butch didn't learn how to swim. He might have learned how to float. He didn't learn much on swimming, I can tell you that. The breaststroke. Kane Dickey, I'm going to tell you.
Clean it up, Kane.
Kane is just, I'm going to tell you, man, when he fires shots, he fires them, don't he?
Oh, my goodness.
That's one across the bow right there. Those were the days. You're right, Ray. They were. Atmore ER is doing this thing. I can tell you, and that's one thing we mentioned yesterday. We've got to keep all of our first responders and people in mind and prayers and
absolutely. They're at point zero.
They're ground zero.
They're ground zero. They're there.
Right. I mean,
they're there.
They're
going to be there.
They don't get the choice of whether or not to stay at home. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
They've got to be out there. They've got to go make these calls. They've got to be there when when they're called on. Coolest pre-swim shower ever.
It was. Those showers.
Let me tell you something.
I don't know where the water came. I think it came piped in straight from burnt corn. I mean, that was frigid water.
It was, but let me tell you what was better was the green slime on the floor that you stood in while you were taking that shower.
Yeah.
It wasn't slime. What was it, algae, whatever it was? I don't care. I'm telling you right now, that's what made that place great. And I'm going to tell you what was better was those little fruit-looking things, the cherries and the strawberries, the apples that had the powdered sugar in or whatever. Man.
The bottle caps.
Oh, yeah, the bottle caps.
Bottle caps.
But the best was the young lifeguards that happened to be serving it to you. Oh, man. Listen, that's a good point, Connie B. I wonder how many times that happened.
Donald Thompson. Somebody throw a flag. He's ungoverned, man.
Steve White, that's old school right there. Who remembers getting pinched by Clifford in the inner tube?
Yep.
That is old school.
Yep.
I'm going to tell you something. God bless his mother. She brought him down there every day to that pool.
Every day.
Every day. That's a fact. That is a fact. Lifeguard at City Pool was the best job ever. It was for us too, Monica. Trust me. We mean that. Bring back those days. Now you go out on a beach and see lifeguards and they having to wear these one piece and all this craziness, and it's just not like it was in the day.
Do you know who taught me swimming lessons, taught me how to swim at the city pool?
I do not.
I was 5 years old. First year I went to swimming lessons, and my instructor was a senior at Terrell Middle High School by the name of Alan Baker.
Coach Baker.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Sure did.
That's something to say right there. He's a pretty good teacher, I would imagine.
Oh, yeah.
Because if you
did everything he does.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's a fact. Kenny Stewart, good morning. Danny Moy, good morning, Danny. Elizabeth Weaver Watson, good morning, Elizabeth.
I know what her favorite place to eat is.
I was about to say, what are surely they're not shuttered. They probably stand out on the corner handing out chicken sandwiches.
I think their drive-through is
open.
Yeah.
I guarantee Elizabeth can tell us if it is. Oh, man. Here's Ron. A Euro brief. How about that, DJ? Do they make that in a size medium?
Let's make sure you manscape. The best, worst show ever. Right here. Best, worst show. Thanks for everybody being here today. We've had a good time.
Oh man,
we're gonna go out. We're gonna do our social distancing. We're gonna be smart in what we do. We're gonna try to do what's best for the herd. But as you get out and about, as you drive-throughs, take a picture of our local businesses. Please paste it to the FaceTime, the drive time. The drive time page, and let's be brute and strong. Y'all have a great day. Love y'all.